First, obviously, as you are very well aware, in 3 weeks' time, Australians go to the ballot box for what most people are insisting is one of the most consequential elections we've had in years. The economy is an absolute disaster. National security is a shambles. Immigration is out of control. Power bills are unaffordable. And what do you think everybody's talking about? Whether or not Senator Jacinta Nampijinpa Price should have said, "Make Australia great again." Those 4 words have dominated the political debate in the last 24 hours. The Senator uttered those fateful 4 words during a press conference over the weekend with Peter Dutton. Here's a reminder of what happened.
I'm so proud to be able to stand beside and to ensure that we can make Australia great again, that we can bring Australia back to its former glory, that we can get Australia back on track.
Well, the media and the government immediately seized on her use of that phrase and accused Senator Price of channeling Donald Trump. Now, I found it kind of amusing that that's where we've gotten to, and you would have thought that would be the end of it. Jacinta Price said she didn't realise she'd made the comment, and that may well have been the case. Nationals leader David Littleproud said it was an inadvertent slip of the tongue, but then, thanks to some brilliant investigative journalism, a damning photograph turned up of Senator Price and her husband Colin wearing Make America Great Again hats for Christmas.
No.
And this is proof, as if we needed it, that Jacinta Price and the entire Liberal Party are channeling the evil Donald Trump. There's a couple of things about this, Caleb and Danica, that really annoy me. First, this illustrates the inanity of the political discourse in this country. We're headed for a national debt of $1 trillion, but that's not the problem. The problem is that Jacinta Price used a phrase borrowed from the evil Donald Trump. Second, it demonstrates the low opinion our political leaders have of the Australian public, as if we really believe that if someone says "Make Australia Great Again," that's proof positive that we're going to end up a clone of America, probably the 51st state or the 52nd state if Trump nukes Canada. It also demonstrates what a threat Jacinta Price is to the left.
Yes.
She's clearly the most articulate of the coalition MPs. When she speaks, people listen, people trust her. And so rather than take issue with any of her policy portfolios, they've taken issue with 4 words that she said in order to smear her as a Donald Trump clone and therefore write off and dismiss everything that she stands for. But just on that point, the thing that annoys me is that the Liberal Party didn't seem to own this. I mean, what's wrong with making Australia great again? And what's wrong with borrowing a couple of policies, if that indeed is what they're doing, and I suspect they are with Jacinta Price's Doge-like policy responsibility, where she's responsible for cutting government waste. But, I mean, so what if she's channeling a little bit of the best of Donald Trump? Anthony Albanese once channeled, was it Michael Douglas?
Yeah, correct.
When he ripped off an entire speech from the American president.
Copy and
so at least
paste.
Jacinta Price, if she is channeling Trump, she's channeling a real person, unlike Albanese, who channeled a fictional character.
Yeah, my problem with this, firstly, with that photo that was dug up, it was actually dug up by our friends over at The Guardian, nonetheless. They've done some excellent journalism. They found that photo and they went to town with it. Look, oh, big, scary, there she is. Jacinta Price and her husband making America great again. Controversial. Oh, for goodness sake. Who cares if they're wearing MAGA hats? I don't care. It's not going to affect, it's not going to change anything. It's not going to change any discourse. Who really cares? And God forbid that we actually want to make Australia great again. What do you think? Let's paint the picture of our country right now. Cost of living crisis, housing crisis. We've got terrorist flags being waved so brazenly in the streets, protests week in, week out. People have been brought into this country, some who hate us, some who do not want to assimilate in this country. So, yeah, it's not the country that many of us know and love. Many of us grew up in a country that we don't even recognise anymore. So, God forbid, we actually do want to make Australia great again. I am very disappointed that the Liberal Party have not owned this. In fact, they have not been rolling Jacinta Price out from the very beginning. They should have. They have kept her on the back burner. She only really joined the campaign, when you think about it, in the last week. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's only been in the last week. She is the secret weapon.